Hello Pisces, welcome back to the channel. So I'm just leaving the cards as they were and I'm going to go through each one of them. At the beginning of the month we have a lot of coins or pentacles energy, Two of Coins, Page of Coins, Ace of Coins in reverse, and then Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And then in the middle of the month we have a lot of major arcana, Devil, Lovers in reverse, Sun, Hangman in reverse. And then at the end of the month, we've got Queen of Swords in reverse, High Priestess in reverse, Six of Wands, and King of Coins. One of the things that I noticed about this layout was that there are 6 major arcana. One here, and then the 4 in the middle. So that's half the cards, Pisces. So it kind of feels like it's a big month for you. It feels like there are some major themes happening. To start off with, we have Two of Coins in reverse. And Two of Coins usually means having adaptability, having flexibility, choosing and balancing different elements that are going on. So it means standing on one foot. It's usually the juggler and trying to choose between two elements. With it in reverse, sometimes it means being a little bit rigid, not going with the flow, not being adaptable or flexible, maybe having fears about sort of two sources of income, like not having enough for, say, regular basic needs versus pleasure. There might be something where you're feeling like you're pulled in 2 different directions with it in reverse, because this usually talks about some fear, some doubt, or some resistance towards having things balanced with the Two of Coins in the reverse position. And what it's telling me is that you might need to adopt a more flexible attitude towards what's coming at you instead of rigid ideas of how you think things need to be, because it looks like you're willing to be open and learn about things having to do with your tangibles, your finances, your assets, your physical health, things like that, your job. For some of you, it might mean that you're taking on a new job. For some of you, I'm actually going back to school. Usually Page of Coins is considering the coin right in front of him. It's something that's been given to him. So it could be a new job offer. It could be communication about money in some way. Some communication, like some coins are coming towards you. And I want to say to you, Pisces, that with this Ace of Coins in reverse, there is a great new opportunity that could have long-lasting results if you are willing to see it and receive it. I think you may have gotten this last month as well, Ace of Coins in reverse. And Ace of Coins is a card about new beginnings, like a venture, for example. This is a new business venture, or it could be a new job, a new source of money, a new lifestyle, a new relationship. Aces are always new beginnings. And coins represent something that's a blessing, something that's an asset, something that represents wealth, something that you value. So there's something kind of knocking on your door, Pisces, in terms of wealth, assets, coins, money, valuable things. But you might be fearful about receiving it, or you might doubt the possibility of receiving it, and therefore you're blocking it. With Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Wheel of Fortune is usually a very good card, either in the upright or the reverse. But with Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's telling me that there might be some resistance to allowing things to unfold the way they will. It echoes that Two of Coins energy. Usually when I see Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it means that you want to speed things up or you want to slow things down, that you're not letting things unfold naturally at their natural pace and their natural course. So what can you do, Pisces, to just sort of surrender and go with the flow, especially as it relates to your assets, to your job, to your finances? Maybe you've put some energy into something and you're like impatient to see results from it, or that you don't think that you're ready to receive something that looks like a valuable thing that the universe is offering to you. So I see for you, Pisces, is kind of surrender to what is or what's in front of you in terms of money, finances, opportunities, assets, your health, your body. Look at what is right in front of you and make decisions based on that. Don't try to speed things up or don't try to slow things down. Try to let go of any rigid ideas of how things need to go And that's going to really serve you, especially in terms of your finances and your wealth. In the middle of the month, I see Devil here, which usually has to do with constraints, handing over your power to something else, believing in false ideas. Sometimes this can represent obsession or codependency or any kind of addiction, whether that's gambling or shopping or sex addiction or food addiction, or however, anything that you give your power away where you feel like you don't have a say in the matter. So, usually, interestingly too, this Lover's card and the Devil are echoes of one another. Usually there's an angel that appears in the Lover's card above, and the Devil appears above the couple in this card. So there's some way in which, Pisces, some relationship is either haunting you or making you feel restricted, or you're not able to show up as yourself authentically in it. This is the Lover's card in reverse. And it could mean that or it could be that you're stuck in some sort of fantasy or obsession or codependent version of a relationship when I see these two together. Or that it could be that you're involved in a relationship that's just based upon sex and lust. It's not really intimate. It's more just sort of carnal. But I do see happiness here too with the Sun. And I see that if you can do some self-reflection, that may turn things around for you. I mean, it's nice to have the Lover's card here right during Valentine's Day, but I'm also seeing that you might care too much about what other people are thinking, Pisces. This is the Hanged Man. Usually this is the upright orientation of it. This is the reverse position. And Hangman usually walks to the beat of his own drum. He doesn't really care 2 cents about what anyone else thinks. He hangs upside down, gets a different perspective on things, and he just kind of considers his own point of view and is true to that. In the reverse, it says you may be caring too much about what other people think. You might need to take a time out and just really consider what's true for you, Pisces, and that's where this happiness comes in. I really get the sense that as you stop caring what other people think, this Lover's card turns around. And you can actually show up authentically instead of what you believe others want to see. And it's funny because I'm getting with both of these cards both usually reflect someone on one foot. This person's hanging by one foot, this person's standing on one foot. I'm getting that this month is about creating stability for you, and that way standing on your own 2 feet is what I really get. So how is it that you can release yourself from something, you know, if this Devil represents, say, false beliefs about money or false beliefs about relationships or false beliefs about anything that you feel has control over you, how can you stand on your own 2 feet and really show up authentically in relationship to others, and therefore enjoy all of this happiness that the Sun wants to bring to you? This is pure happiness and freedom, exuberance, feeling like a child again. This is just the Sun radiating on you. 2 great cards of good fortune here. So consider that, Pisces. What false beliefs do you need to let go of in order to show up here in this lover situation authentically, intimately? And you might need to do some self-reflection. You might need to just sort of go into yourself to get that perspective, to get access to this happiness. Towards the end of the month, I see a Queen of Swords figure here, Queen of Swords in reverse. This could be an air sign that you're not seeing eye to eye with. It could be potentially a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. In the reverse, Queen of Swords can be quite harsh. She's usually, in the upright, she's direct and honest and truthful and sets good boundaries and is clear, logical, analytical. In the reverse, she can be very cutting, very harsh, very sharp. So this tells me be careful of not speaking too sharply. I don't necessarily get that this is you. Again, it could be an air sign that you're dealing with, or someone who has the Queen of Swords archetype, someone who can sometimes come off as bitter, or just very sharp and harsh with her words specifically. And I'm actually getting that this is more of you in this situation, Pisces. This is High Priestess energy. This has got the Persephone archetype. This is someone who is usually very quiet, and receives information, who has an inner knowing and listens to their intuitive guidance. But in the reverse, that's saying that you may have a temptation to respond to this person. If they're coming at you, this can be a bully, someone who's aggressive, especially with their words. You may have a hesitancy to maintain your cool, or an inability to maintain your cool with High Priestess in reverse. So this is saying you may have a inclination to respond to them, and I'm going to encourage you to not do that. I'm going to encourage you to go within and just trust your own inner grace, your own inner knowing, your own intuition. That's actually where your success comes in, Pisces, the Six of Wands, which is success, recognition, victory. This has to do with reputation. I actually get that this is you, Pisces, here. And you're kind of caught in the crossfire between a King of Coins person in the reverse and a Queen of Swords person in reverse. This King of Coins could be an earth sign. It could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Someone who's not showing up in their normal way. Like this could be a very, a boss who just cares about money, the bottom line only. Usually King of Coins in reverse can be someone who's arrogant or greedy or just self-centered. They don't really think about others. They just think about, they can be stingy. They can just be, concerned about the bottom line at all costs. And I almost get the sense, Pisces, that you're caught here in the middle between these two characters who may just be fighting with one another. And your best option will be just to stay out of it, to stay quiet, to hold your tongue. It's going to be hard to do that. I see that with High Priestess in reverse. But just try to maintain your own dignity, your own maturity, your own, be the calm in the center of the storm. Especially if you've got a queen and a king, two people in positions of authority who may be dueling or fighting, or there may be a challenge for control or dominance between these two. This person can be very harsh, and this person can be very arrogant. So just again, you come out sort of smelling like roses, Pisces, if you can stay out of it and stay quiet and just not get caught in the crossfire. That's what I'm seeing. So ultimately, that's what I have for you, Pisces. I see some good money energy here. If you can let go of any fixed preconceived notions about how fast or you need things to go, or if you just feel like you need to slow things down, just let things happen as they will. See if you can stand on your own 2 feet, especially as it comes to love relationships, and you'll find a lot of happiness there. You'll be able to show up more authentically. It may take some looking within and not being so concerned about what others think. And towards the end of the month, it's just saying your best success is going to be in laying low if you find yourself involved in a conflict, especially between an earth sign and an air sign who may be battling it out around you. So that's my reading for you, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for tuning in. Yours in the stars.